Hi there, just been doing a little bit more painting on this one behind me here. The light's changed in here a little bit, so it's a little bit difficult to see behind me, but I've got plenty of shots of it that I can show you. I don't mind too much. I got done what I wanted to get done, and actually it's quite nice to see the sun for once. It's been very grey and boring here in the UK for the last few weeks, so yeah, it's nice to see the sun's out, so I don't mind it shining on the painting too much. Anyway, what I really wanted to do today, this is the one I'm working on where I'm continuing to follow my own advice of my seascapes workshop, because I'm doing this big seascapes painting, and I've been thinking that I do tend to overwork my paintings, or possibly not overwork them, but overthink them too much. I spend a lot of time mulling them over. What you really need to do is have a clear and very direct approach to each time you come to the painting. You have a very strong idea about what you want to achieve, and then just do it. And then you haven't got all that mucking about thinking, oh, should I do this, should I do that? It's like decide in advance. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I do when I'm doing my workshops. I have a very clear idea about each process that I want to go through. But when I'm doing my own work, I tend to faff about a bit more. And actually, I get the work done in the workshops. I look at the painting that I do as the demo pieces, and I think, you know what, these are pretty good. There's nothing worse about them, because I haven't spent weeks and months umming and ahhing and procrastinating and painting over them and reworking them and doing all that kind of stuff I usually do. I've been very direct about it because I have to do that when I'm teaching, when I'm describing to the people in my workshops what I want them to be thinking about. Obviously, I have to be very clear about it, and so I become clearer about it, and I'm finding that it's really helping me in my own work. So I thought, you know, I'll carry on with this painting, I'll look at my workshop videos, and I'll think, right, what am I going to do in this one? And for this particular process, for this session, it was very simple. I just wanted to work on this top area. I know it's a bit difficult to see with the sun shining on it, but I'll clip to some other shots I've got of it. Yeah, I wanted to work on this top area and just lighten it up a little bit. There was a lot of really interesting paint that I had on there, lots of lovely fluid marks that I had when I had the painting lying flat on the surface here in the studio. I had it horizontal, so it was easy to push the paint around. I wanted to be deliberately ambiguous about where the horizon is. I'm not really big on having very definite horizons in my paintings, because when you're out and about, it does change, particularly if you're looking out to sea. Sometimes you can't really tell where the horizon is. Is it cloud? Is it more sea? It's quite difficult sometimes, and I want to reflect that in the paintings as well. So I really wanted to do that, and that's all I wanted to do in this session, was just to work on this top part of the painting, keep it nice and simple. And actually, I'll wait for it to dry. I'll have a look at it when I work on it next, but I'm not convinced it's not ready to start thinking about adding some oil paint, because what I really like to do with my paintings is do all this early stages, building the painting, getting the composition how I want it and the marks, with water-based paint, because I find it very flexible, it's very easy to work with, it's very fast drying. I can use lots of collage and things like that with it very easily as well. So I use all that really water-based paint in the early stages of my paintings. But then towards the end, I like to use a bit of oil paint, and there's a video here of me finishing off a painting with oil paint I did recently, if you want to have a look at that. So I think it may be getting to that point, it may be getting to that stage where I can start thinking about building it up, finishing it off. I don't like to think about finishing paintings either, actually. I think you're either painting it or you're not painting it, but I want to start using some oil paint. Maybe that's a discussion for another video, the idea of finishing paintings. I think it can be a little bit tricky if you get into that mindset where you're thinking, right, I'm finishing off this painting now. And you stop painting it, you stop being creative, and you start to tighten up. But yeah, I think that's something we can definitely talk about in another video. But for now, I'm quite happy with the way it's going. And yeah, I think maybe in the next video, I'll have a look at it when it's dry, see if I want to start using some oil paint. So as I said, I'm definitely following my own workshop practice here, and if you're interested in learning more about this kind of painting for yourself and joining one of my workshops, then please do check out the link that's here, and the information's all there on my website. Okay, let's have a look.